feel like all we do is work out, eat food, work out more, go eat more food. I like life in Italy. Good morning from the beautiful city of Lucca, Italy. After 4 days in Rome with some incredible friends, we said goodbye to 2 of them. If you didn't watch our last video, you should, because they are hilarious.
Here comes the airplane. Never seen a park open that one.
But today, we're exploring the city of Lucca and all that it has to offer.
The city of Lucca is famous for its Renaissance walls on the outside, which we will be cycling around later. Stop, please don't, please don't, please don't. But first, we are going to head to Piazza dell'Anfiteatro, or the amphitheater Piazza, for some breakfast. So let's go. The server is named Anna. We've had her the last couple of days and she is awesome.
Amazing.
Do we know or do we want to look at the menu?
I'll look at it.
So it's not very often that I put sugar in my coffee, but when you're drinking double shots of espresso in Italy, it really cuts it a little. I'd say at the very least, the pastries are a huge hit with Clara. She barely gets it in her mouth and she's already signing for more.
I'm not totally convinced that an omelet is a typically Italian breakfast, but it's been a running joke with our server Anna. We've all had the same thing for the last 3 days, every single day. Brittany and I always order the same things, and then Ryan was his own person and ordered something different, so Anna's been making fun of him ever since. And in case you missed our previous videos, this is Brittany, and she will be traveling with us for the next couple weeks. Can I wipe your face?
Grazie.
Well, once again, that was a fantastic breakfast. There's a reason that we keep coming back there. But not only are there great breakfast and aperitivo and dinner options in this square, it's an oval shape, which makes it super unique, and it's because it used to be a Roman amphitheater, hence the name of the square. Circle, I guess. Want to know how I know all my facts? I watched Rick Steves' video yesterday, and he actually did all the same things that we're doing today, but I did plan it before watching the video, so you could still trust me.
Well, that was a delicious breakfast. Breakfast here is a little bit later than the rest of the world. It's already a lot later. It's already 11:15 and this little girl is very tired. So pause for Claire's nap.
And we're back. Someone is a lot better rested after a 2.5-hour nap, so that also means that we're all hungry. So it's time for a spritz and some snacks before we move on to the rest of the tour of Lucca. If you come to Lucca looking to do some shopping, this is the place to go. This is Via Filungo, and it's where all of the shops are. So this is the busiest street that you'll find in Lucca.
So the city of Lucca is surrounded by this gigantic wall. We're actually gonna go bike on it a little bit later. One of the things I really love about Lucca is that inside the walls, cars almost don't exist. The whole interior is this limited traffic zone. So unless you're a resident of Lucca, you can't drive a car inside the walls. And if you do, you get a ticket. Last time we were here, I may or may not have been found guilty of that, and we got a ticket like 3 weeks after we returned back to Canada. It's really good because it makes the whole city walkable, but if you're an ignorant tourist like I was, you'll probably end up with a ticket.
Another reason that Lucca being a walking city is so great is that there are outdoor dining opportunities everywhere. So just keep walking until you find some place that looks beautiful and that's your spot. This looks pretty. Food? Yeah, food. We haven't quite figured out how lunch works in Italy. I know about the antipasti tradition. After work, you have a beverage and some snacks before you lead into like a 5-hour marathon dinner, apparently, that starts at like 9 p.m. But as far as lunchtime goes, sometimes places are closed, sometimes the chef is gone taking a little afternoon snooze.
I usually take a siesta about now.
So I don't really know what time they eat lunch. So we're all hungry, so we're gonna have some lunch. Yeah. It's a surprise every time, isn't it? One thing that we do know about lunchtime in Italy is that you don't really do pasta. It's like pizza or salads or panini, that kind of thing. But we all ordered pasta because we just couldn't help it. Brittany and I are sharing two things because we wanted a little bit of veggie in our life. So we have the bruschetta pomodoro, which is tomato and olive oil, and then we got the gnocchi with gorgonzola and pistachio on top. And I'm glad that we're sharing because it's a really big portion. Clara also would like some.
I, on the other hand, did not go the healthy route. I effectively got fancy macaroni and cheese, minus the macaroni. Cacio e pepe. Different pasta, same concept.
The thing about Italian food is that it is so incredibly simple. Ryan's cacio e pepe is literally a pecorino cheese sauce with pepper. This is literally bread with tomato, some oregano, and olive oil, and that's all it is. And it is just so good and so fresh. Something I definitely want to try to incorporate more of in our home. Something really interesting about eating in Italy is that, first of all, you just cannot expect to rush through a meal. They often will come and give you your meal. They don't check in on you because they expect that the food is perfect, which it is. And then they believe that it would be rude to offer the bill or to bring the bill because it would be insinuated that they're rushing you out. And so you have to ask for the bill. And oftentimes, if you're paying with card, you go into the store to pay. So it's a really interesting, very different experience than the really present service that we would experience in Canada or maybe in the States as well. But it's really lovely because you just get to really sit and dwell on your meal and enjoy it all at a leisurely pace. Speaking of the leisurely pace, we're going to continue our gastronomic, is that a word, adventure and go and get some gelato. Gastronomy? Ask the dietitian.
Don't ask the dietitian.
Onward. We have a really long walk. So we have a bit of a dilemma. Clara really likes cookies in her gelato, or from our gelato, and this place doesn't have cookies. So we're going to go somewhere else. Change of plans. We are going to get gelato after our next activity. So we're going to hike up the Guinigi Tower, which used to be a rich merchant's home. So they would stack their homes in these towers, bedroom, living room, then kitchen on the top. And we are going to walk all the way around up to the garden on the top. And then afterwards we'll get our gelato because we will have earned it.
How many steps is this?
233. It's 6 years to climb all the way to the top, and from what I've read, it's going to be so worth it. Back in the 14th, 15th, and 16th centuries, towers just like this one were all over Lucca. There were almost 100 towers, but this one is the tallest one that's still remaining today.
Step number 138. Things are cramping. I don't know why Victoria convinced me to do this. Probably because it's good for me. She has Clara on her chest and is probably 58 steps higher than I am. Absolutely crushing it. My glutes are on fire.
Hilarious. I was just about to say, I heard you hyping me up downstairs, but it really doesn't feel like that many stairs because you're not going that quickly. So don't listen to Ryan. He's just being dramatic.
This is it.
We have the most incredible view from the rooftop of our Airbnb, but this certainly puts it to shame. Holy moly.
I'd have to agree with Victoria, despite almost needing oxygen near the top.
That's a funny joke.
It's really worth it. It's amazing up here. Little garden paradise.
As much as I said it's just really not a big deal to walk up these stairs to come to the top, and it sounds worse than it actually is, I can't imagine living in a place that requires you to do flights upon flights upon flights of stairs every single day. That's a lot of stairs. You'd have glutes of steel. Okay, I think going down is going to be harder than coming up, actually. There's all these like holes in the walls, and I don't know what they are, and Google hasn't been able to help me. So if you know, please drop it in the comments. I'd love to find out. 10 recommend making a stop here when you come to Lucca. now, gelato time. Just kidding, that place also didn't serve the little biscuits with the gelato, so we're on to the third place. Third stop's the charm.
You'll understand when you see Clara's face why we're going to this great length to get her gelato cookie, not even gelato. It's probably the happiest I've ever seen when she gets those cookies in her hands.
Clara really likes the gelato too, so you can't hold on to the empty cup or she just continually signs for more. Bye bye gelato.
So after some delicious gelato, next stop is working off that gelato, doing a little bike around the wall.
Excellent. I guess I'm driving. Okay. Brake. That's the brake. Here we go. Arms and legs inside the vehicle. Shoulder check. Here we go. So outrageous doing this all by myself. Get in.
Ooh,
Pedal.
burn.
Pedal. Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Good thing the stairs earlier were easy, or this would have been a tough day.
This would have been. I think this is still gonna be a tough day. This thing takes.
Oh man, we're like halfway up the hill. Brittany, you have it way easier.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous.
This is like those pedal boats. Also terrible. It's like a pedal boat versus a kayak.
Let's go. Pound it. Oh, I'm gonna cramp.
Okay.
Kids a show off. I think we should try and do that in this thing.
Let's go. Oh.
I think we got a little bit of air.
So I learned this is a Renaissance wall, which is different than a medieval wall. Medieval walls were tall and skinny because all people were fighting with were swords and bows and arrows.
Just a flesh wound.
And a Renaissance wall is a lot thicker, hence us being able to bike on it and have tons and tons of space, thank goodness, so that I don't have to panic about driving, because cannons were invented. And cannons obviously would have decimated one of those medieval walls, so hence the thicker Renaissance wall. It's also really fun to do this in a totally different way. The morning of our wedding, we did this same bike ride, although on single bikes. It was such a lovely thing to do. Instead of getting a manicure and pedicure and getting my hair done, though that would have been very fun, we took a bike ride around the walls of Lucca, and it's just such a special memory. We've switched drivers, and now I feel like the Queen of Pisa. Get it? Because we're close to Pisa. And just like that, we've made it all the way around, and it's time to head back down. Hands on the brake for sure. Brake is so bad. We did it! Yay! Well, that was a fantastic experience. I think Clara even enjoyed it too. A little bit different than the last time, but fun nonetheless. You too! Grazie!
Oh. I feel like all we do is work out, eat food, work out more, go eat more food. I like life in Italy.
Well, that was such a phenomenal experience. It was so cool to be up on the wall, to see Lucca from the outside, I guess, or see the center of Lucca from the outside. The other thing that the city is really famous for is it is the birthplace of Giacomo Puccini, who is one of the most famous Italian opera writers. I have a degree in music, specifically in voice, so it's really important to me to talk about him and his incredible legacy. There's actually a square that's been turned into a museum that was his home growing up, so we're gonna head there now.
So we're on our way to the square, and I just realized as we're walking, one of the many, many reasons why I love Italy so much is that it's like 6:10, and now is when everything starts to come to life. The roads are hacked, people are everywhere. I mean, people are probably still having lunch at this point, and it's only going to get busier as the night goes on. I'm sure by the time we wrap up for the evening, the streets will just be packed.
This is my man, Giacomo Puccini. So his family were all musicians. They were all church organists, church musicians, and he just had no interest in music at all. And they thought that the legacy of their family as a musical family was about to die with him. Then he went to a production of Verdi's Aida at age 14, and suddenly this seed of passion, I guess, was planted within him, and he ended up, continuing on to write some of the most famous and heart-wrenching arias that were ever written. Can you tell that I love Puccini? Now that I've gotten so hyped about Giacomo Puccini, we're actually going to enjoy a concert. So it's the only permanent festival in the world and the only one specifically dedicated to Giacomo Puccini. It's been going on since 2004, exactly 80 years after his death. Yes. And we are so excited to go and enjoy some of the best music in the world in one of the most suitable venues in the world. No words. I'm reeling from that experience. That was so incredible. I really struggle to find the words. The soprano's voice, the colors in her voice was mind-blowing. I just want to get back and start singing again. It was very inspiring, and I need to stop talking or I'll just continue rambling forever.
That was an incredible day here in Lucca, Italy. Top 5 things for sure: gelato, food, climbing the tower, the concert,
the wall,
and biking around the wall. Top 5 things. If you're here, you have to do them. I don't know where our next video is, somewhere else in Italy, but we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
The ticket?
You're so hopeful. Thank you. The plan was to get gelato.
Oh, I am so zoomed in right now.
Do you want to just take a second and eat that?
No?
Okay.
Sometimes to get the shot you have to sprint a little, and after pedaling a lot, it's not a great combo. But wow, are these views beautiful.
I'm getting B-roll.